Kelly with Kelly Tenen and Associates. We work with companies across the globe by empowering your workforce with leading edge soft skill presentations and workshops designed to foster organizational change, accelerate business growth, and foster strategic change. Follow us for weekly updates by clicking the subscribe button or check out our socials at Kelly Tenen and Associates. The problem I want to talk about today is meetings. Meetings and communication. Now, meetings can be an important part of communication, but in organizations, I find that they're often managed poorly. As leaders, we want to model good meeting habits and behavior and flow by showing respect for our team and colleagues. That's really what it does when we are able to manage meetings well. It shows that we respect our teams and colleagues' time and efforts. And we're also demonstrating to them how to have a good meeting. Unproductive meetings really take up valuable time and don't produce solid outcomes. So interestingly enough, I know not just me, but everybody has probably had experience with unproductive meetings and unproductive communication within meetings. I had some recent experiences with an organization where there was a specific individual dominating meetings, agendas, and the organizational strategy. Discussions were frequently off topic, and they bordered on abusive and undermining behavior from this particular individual. Within the meetings, it became kind of this frequent pattern where there was this constant need to correct this disruptive behavior in a group of adults nonetheless. The toxic atmosphere actually eroded the overall objectives of the organization and the group. And it just left people just really feeling disengaged, low engagement, low morale. Although was an organization outside of my company's scope, it still demonstrated an event where in many other organizations, people are feeling the same way. You know, they're disengaged, there's low morale because meetings are derailed and they're not productive and they're taking people away from things that they need to be doing. And within this group, it really became almost an aversion to interacting with the group because the environment just turned so negative. Now, funny enough too, I observed my husband interacting and spending a lot of time on meetings, especially when we were both at home during the COVID-19 pandemic. I asked him one day, do you do work? Because you're always in meetings, always in meetings. He spent probably 5 or 6 hours of his day in meetings, and I often wondered how productive that really was. So meetings are necessary. I'm not saying that they're not. And communication within meetings is necessary, but they're often not handled in a productive way. So effective meetings are really a topic of discussion, and there's many articles that you'll find on the topic, including the Department of Homeland Security and Stanford University on how to conduct professional and efficient meetings. People check out during meetings that are a waste of time. Meetings that don't start and end on time are painful. I remember there was an organization that I worked for, it's probably been pushing 10 years ago now. We never started meetings on time. Sometimes our meetings would run 20 or 30 minutes later than the actual time we were supposed to start, and therefore would end sometimes 30, 45, 60 minutes later than they were supposed to. And it just enraged people because it took them away from what they needed to be doing. And it's really silly to invite people to a meeting that doesn't apply to them. Don't waste your employees' time and give everyone a seat at the table. If they're at the meeting, make sure that everybody has input into what is going on and what's being said at that meeting, and give somebody else the agency to lead the meeting. So do you, as the stakeholder, as the leader of the organization, always need to be the one who's leading the meetings? Is that something you can hand off to somebody else to give them some skills practicing their communication and their facilitation skills? So I have just some quick tips for you if you're looking to run effective meetings and communicate better with your teams, which overall increases engagement, increases morale. Robert's Rules of Order is ironically a gift. It seems like it's very difficult to follow, but it's not. It just takes some practice. And it was first created in the late 1800s by a member of the military because essentially at this time they were struggling with holding effective meetings. But what it does is creates a uniform set of rules to essentially have a productive meeting, to give everyone a seat at the table, and to make sure that the agenda is covered. And speaking of agendas, have a clear agenda. Set out ahead of time to send out your agenda and to have objectives for that meeting and assign people tasks. Hey, I need you to bring X and I need you to bring Y to this meeting. And set ground rules. We're not going to speak over individuals. We're going to talk for a certain amount of time, whatever those ground rules might be. And when necessary, use note takers like Otter AI. Zoom has an automated note taker as well. Those can be really handy in terms of being a backup to go back and reference materials when you need to. So I want to thank everyone for watching today. I hope you found this video helpful and enjoyable. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. It really helps us out. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We've got plenty of exciting content coming up for the month of February and March that you don't want to miss. If you have any thoughts or questions about what we covered today, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and I do my best to respond to as many as I can. Also, follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or even Instagram for behind-the-scenes content and updates. You'll find the links to my social media pages in the description below. And if you're interested in topics about communication, check out my blog for other recent blog posts and sources. I think you'll enjoy them. Thanks again for spending your time with me today. I look forward to seeing you soon.